Hi, welcome back to another edition of the DAV podcast. I'm Matt Sainsing, and I'm not just an employee of DAV, I'm also a member. And that's what we're talking about today, DAV membership. My colleague Elizabeth Stetler sits down with Shannon Sander, one of our member leaders up at the Department of New York. In this, they talk about the value of DAV membership, how to get new members in our ranks, and really what DAV membership can do for you. But there's so much more. And if you're curious about becoming a DAV member, you can do so at DAV.org, or you can just type in Join DAV into Google and it'll take you to the right place. Let me get out of the way here and bring you Elizabeth Stetler and Shannon Sander.
With me today is Shannon Sander and her dog, Elsa. Shannon is an Air Force veteran as well as commander of our New York department, and she's been part of the DAV community since 2000. She's volunteered numerous service hours to helping veterans get signed up for their service benefits that they have earned. And you may have seen her on the covers or in the pages of DAV magazine with Elsa. And recently at National Convention, Shannon was honored to receive the Top Member Recruiter Award because from July 2023 to June 2024, she recruited 185 new members. Tell us, Shannon, how did you do it?
Just generally asking veterans to join. When they come in and do their claims or I meet them out in the public, I explain what DAV is and the value of their membership. Sometimes it's an easy recruitment, sometimes it's harder. Got to find the parts that work for the veteran and their family to get their membership. The different payment plans is also a great selling point, and that there's no dues once you pay off your membership pledge. So $325 broken up over payments. Most of our veterans can afford that and become an active member of DAV.
Tell us a little bit about why is membership so important and can't people just use our services without having to sign up?
They absolutely can use our services without signing up, but it's the voice in Congress. Keeping that 1+ million membership is so vital to our legislative goals and getting Congress to listen to how to take care of ourselves as veterans and our family members, our survivors and children, and being able to give different programs to our veterans without the per capita that we get from membership, and that we're not winning to help the fight with the disasters going on across the country and different needs. Those membership dollars really help us help take care of our fellow brothers and sisters and get them the benefits they've earned and keep our voice strong in front of Congress.
I also understand that when people sign up for membership, the membership dues sort of stay in that area and benefit that state. Is that correct?
There's a breakdown of it. So the department gets a little bit of the money, and then your local chapter gets a little bit of money. So when we're going out and getting vans for transportation, the chapters can use some of the money, department can use some of the money. It just makes every dollar build and get stronger and helps our local veterans as well as nationally. Your membership takes care of you in your state, takes care of you on your local level in your chapter.
And what kind of incentives do we offer?
There's so many that we offer. I mean, you get your basic, as a recruiter, you get a basic point system that ends up into dollars into the DAV store. But currently, we have a huge member incentive, and that's running from May of last year through June of 25, where you sign up one paid DAV member, and it could be on the payment plan. It doesn't have to be the whole $325 life membership, and you're gaining members that way, but you're entered to win, and doesn't you don't have to be the top recruiter because I'm only getting one entry into it. You only get one entry, but you're going to win a trip for two to Las Vegas to our national convention. That's airfare, food, lodging, and $2,500 in spending money. So, like Doug Wells, our membership director, says, baby needs a new pair of shoes.
Absolutely. And that's for the recruiter rally campaign that we have going on.
Yes, such a great thing, and again, it's fair for everyone. Just because I recruited 185 members last year doesn't mean I'm gonna have 185 entries into it. I get one. So the person sitting at home that recruits one person, they get one entry too. So it's fair across the board. No one's gonna be weighted against anyone else.
It seems like it does make the playing field a little more fair for somebody who maybe doesn't live in an area that has a lot of people or a lot of veterans. They can recruit even one person, then they're entered into the challenge.
It's such a level playing field. So, you may be the person that just has a buddy that just found out about DAV and wants to join. You've got the same opportunity as someone that's in a busy service office in a big city. It's just so fair.
When it comes to signing up, how long does that process normally take from when somebody, I guess, first starts interacting with DAV versus when they feel ready to sign up?
I think it's different for each person, but I think you also have to find the program within DAV that they really connect with. Is it our legislative process? Is it our transportation network? Is it DAV caregiver support? Is it the jobs program? Is it Patriot Boot Camp? When you find the piece of what DAV offers, that's a selling point. Were you aided in disaster relief? You had a house fire, you're in range of a hurricane. There's something that we've helped you with, and that proves that our membership is taking care of you and going higher and above most other organizations, that we care about you. Everything we offer is free, and that little bit of membership that pays back into your community to keep these programs going is definitely a selling point. And some people aren't comfortable asking for the membership. I invite everybody to join. And I know I'm going to have the people that can't afford it right now, want to see how their claim turns out. I never look that as a no. I look that as a maybe. And how do we get that maybe to a yes to convert the membership? And so we've come up with some great tools for people to use. We've got a elevator pitch, so the person that's scared can use our elevator pitch, and they can go on and show the different programs that we use to go to a quick link and help them find those talking points and make it so much easier for them.
That's great. What kinds of people are eligible to join?
Almost anybody's eligible to join. We have a small time frame that there was no active war going on. But if you were injured or ill during that in simulation war, which we all play war games, you're still eligible to join. So any person that's been in the armed forces, including the Coast Guard, because we don't want to forget our Coast Guard brothers and sisters, because they're still military members, are eligible to join.
When it comes to joining, what kind of hangups do people normally have?
Some of them are like, oh my God, I can't afford $325. Don't worry about it. We can do payments. Well, what's it going to do for me? I don't know if I want to be active. I don't want to commit something and then not follow through with it. The biggest thing is when we explain the national commander going in front of Congress and testifying, and the commander being able to say, I have 1 million plus veterans standing behind me and working to get our benefits and the promises that we were given. That's where it seems to turn around and they're like, okay, so maybe I'm not the one to go out and do a forget me not campaign or go to this fundraiser or something. I work, so I can't make the chapter meeting. But knowing that they can have their membership and still be counted is always something that makes them feel valued.
Yeah, you mentioned that, there are so many different aspects of DAV that can help people, and that's usually where they get their start in wanting to join. Can you talk about some of the deciding factors that you've seen that people have had that have made them be like, "Yep, I'm definitely joining."
I think for some of them, some of our different reports, the women reports that we've done, our new toxic exposure report has been huge for some of our veterans because they don't understand why certain conditions are only given to certain areas of the world when they're like, hey, I was in front of a burn pit in Hawaii. I understand that, but that's where our legislation comes through. I can't get to a doctor's appointment, but I have free transportation with DAV. Well, I'm a veteran caring for my sick wife. Well, DAV caregiver support will aid you as the veteran taking care of your non-veteran spouse and help you find resources. It's not DAV caregiver support doesn't just help the caregiver that's the non-veteran, it helps veterans caregiving for their family members. The jobs program, knowing that they can go find a job with DAV and it includes their spouse because so many times it's forgotten that the spouse is there too. And so they see the value that we're not just looking at the veteran, we're looking at everybody, including scholarships through Jesse Brown Scholarship or the DAV Auxiliary Scholarship. When you're looking at veterans that may be 10, 20% service connected and don't have Chapter 35 education benefits for their dependents, talking about the membership and getting their kids to help volunteer. Huge, huge to get them out and going and find a way that, oh, well, DAV is going to help me. And you're not going to charge me. You don't want any money, but there's all these ads and they want money to do it. We don't want your money to do that. We want you to be a member. We're the cheapest veteran service organization to join. And we want to find the activities, the programs that make you excited to be a member. Is it climbing Kilimanjaro like Coleman Nee and some people from Massachusetts did? Is it doing the 5K that we have every year? Is it going and helping at your local chapter because you're having a pig roast or doing a forget me not drive? There's always something that we can find. And if we can't find it easily, then we've got the VAVS volunteer programs help a veteran, where veterans can sign up and offer to do whatever another veteran needs. Maybe it's shoveling snow, grocery shopping. So there's always something we can find for a veteran and make them find their purpose again. Because that's the worst thing, sitting at home going, I'm so sick from my military experience, I'm not being able to do anything. I know how special that was to me when I found the DAV magazine and it talked about volunteering and getting out and finding a new purpose, finding my new victory. That got me very active with DAV and moving forward.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people are looking for, especially veterans. Like, we all do want purpose. And we found that in our, in our previous role with the military, and maybe our civilian role doesn't fulfill that as much. I mean, in a lot of civilian life, that sense of purpose is maybe not as easy to find. So being able to be involved and like have that camaraderie again, I can imagine that would be pretty meaningful for people. Where can someone find resources if they do want to recruit other members and they want to be more engaged in bringing more people aboard? What kind of resources do we have and where can they find those?
We have tons of resources. So, first, always is DAV.org. Under our member resource guide, under publicity, you're going to find the elevator pitch and either a digital copy, or if you're old school and need it printed, you can print it. If you do the print version, there's a QR code. So if you're talking to someone younger that understands QR codes and is very computer literate, they can scan the QR code and get everything. We've got a Recruit Warrior link that helps you guarantee your membership is credited to you and gives you a personalized QR code, email code, Facebook code to recruit people and give them a faster way of signing up. And if all else fails, you can go to DAV.org, hit membership, and join that way. We always have a join now button. But we definitely want to see our members recruit because we just have this goal of 10,000 people sitting at home going, I know one person that's eligible for DAV membership, and having them join and just blowing our numbers so high, so fast, and get back to 1.2, 1.3 million members and show Congress that this voice of the disabled veteran is important.
And last question is why DAV? Why should somebody choose to go with us rather than a different VSO out there?
I think it's all the different programs DAV offers. I know no matter what, if it's a chapter meeting, we welcome everybody. And yes, there's going to be people that say they went to a chapter meeting, they didn't feel welcome. Sometimes it's getting the point of, hey, I'm Air Force. Hey, I'm Army. Where's the little oorah, aim high, semper fi, to get the people excited about it? Acknowledging them in their first chapter meeting. Hey, welcome. Do we have any new members? But then when you start going to our different events, be it our midwinter conference in Washington, D.C., our national convention, wherever it's located this year, obviously in 25 is going to be Las Vegas. You can walk around and next thing you know, you're talking to the National Adjutant Barry, or you're talking to the National Commander Dan, or any of the line officers. They are not put up on a pedestal and separated from us. They literally want to hear from membership. If you go to your department convention, there's always a national guest, and they tell you, hey, I'm here and I want to hear from you. So you always have opportunities to talk to these people. And same thing should be in every department, every chapter. If a chapter member has a concern, they should feel that they can call their chapter commander, their department commander, someone, and have their time to speak and be heard. We welcome everybody, and no one should be put aside and not loved and welcomed back. We fought with each other, we lived with each other, we're brothers and sisters in arms. Some of us went to conflict, some of us stayed in the States and never left. That's okay. It's not required to have been in an active war zone. You don't need a medal saying you were someplace in active combat. You have an illness or injury from service, you're welcome. And I think that's a beautiful thing about DAV. You want to get out and do something, we're going to find something to help you get active. You know, maybe your thing is golf or winter sports or adaptive sports. We co sponsor the golf tournament with VA and the winter sports clinic with VA. So we can help you get out and find purpose, find something to get you going. And that's the beautiful thing. There's never something that we're going to say we can't help you do.
And we have events that happen, on a national level. And then, like you said, down to the state level and, district level. So there's always something that's going on in some way, shape, or form. Thank you for taking the time to come and discuss recruiting today and the importance of membership. Is there any last thing that you want our members out there who, maybe struggle with their ability to recruit or are maybe intimidated by it? Is there anything that you would want to tell them?
I'd want you to think about why you joined DAV. There was something that drove you to join DAV. Tell that person. Maybe it was sitting, getting your claim done. Maybe it was getting a ride to a medical appointment. There was something that made you join DAB that you saw the value in your membership. Share that with who you're recruiting. Let them know the value of what membership means to you. I will never forget sitting at home lost and reading the magazine that said, you need to get active, you need to do something, and having my chapter welcome me and get me going. And then when I moved states and got to New York, they still welcomed me and still wanted me active. It's a beautiful thing, but you've got to share what your value is on your DAB membership because everyone's is different. Maybe it was you saw the PAC Act get passed and wow, look at what was done. You're seeing the toxic exposure. Look at them fight for us women veterans. There's so many reasons. What's yours? Share it. Bring a brother or sister into the organization to build our numbers and keep us going.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you again so much for your time here today and for Elsa's time. Thank you to our viewers as well. And if you have any questions about recruiting, of course, DAV.org, you can see our member resources. Also, if you want to learn more about Recruiter Rally, you can go to dav.org/membership Recruiter Rally.
Thank you, Elizabeth and Shannon, for shining light on this very important topic. To learn more about DAV, you can go to dav.org, check out all of our content we have, and learn a little bit more about the organization. And if you like what you see, you can also join. Make sure you type in Join DAV into Google and go from there. I'm Matt Saintsing. Until next time.